Welcome to the 741 channel. Thank you for stopping by. The subject of today's video is this old Pilgrim lawnmower made by the Blair Manufacturing Company in Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm not entirely sure how old this lawnmower is. I've only owned it for about 10 years, but I believe this thing was manufactured sometime in the late 40s. But I can't find a date on it, and there's very little information about it on the internet. I bought this thing about 10 years ago or so at a local tag sale. And for those of you not in the Connecticut or Western Mass region, a tag sale is the same thing as a yard sale or a garage sale. It's just what we call it around here. Anyway, I bought this thing because, well, I thought it looked kind of cool and I thought it would be a good conversation piece. And I've actually used it a few times to mow parts of the lawn, especially at the house I used to live in. I had a smaller yard back then. And I remember one time when my sister's lawnmower broke, I actually made my nephew mow most of their lawn with this thing too. So this thing does work, and it works well for its age. So let's take a closer look at this. You can see here that this thing has got kind of plastic wheels on it, and it's also got chrome hubcaps like you would find on a 50s car. And I don't know if you can read it there, but it says Great States on the hubcap. And I think that has something to do with the manufacturer. I don't know if Great States was affiliated with Blair or they bought them out or something. I need to go back and do some more research on the internet about this thing, although there really isn't much on this out there. So over here are the reels, and you can see they'll move freely in one direction, but are kind of locked in with the wheels in the other direction. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to push the thing and mow with it, but then you can pull it back through the grass and not have the resistance of the blades cutting the grass when you're trying to pull this thing, say, up a hill or something along those lines. Also back here, it's got a fairly heavy, I guess that's plastic of some kind, roller to help smooth the grass down and give it that nice look like you'd see on a baseball field or something like that. So now inside here, there's some sort of a gear arrangement. I'm not exactly sure what it looks like because I can't see it, but whatever's going on in here helps drive these blades, and I think it makes it a little bit easier to push. It helps gear this so that the resistance of the cutting is a little bit less than it would be if this were like a 1-to-1 type of gear ratio. And then of course the handle just kind of pivots back and forth here and allows you to either have some leverage on it when you're mowing, or you can kind of tilt it down so that you can drag it behind you when you're walking across the yard, moving it from one place to another. And that also gets the blades up off the grass, so like if you have to roll this thing over, say, a driveway or something, you're not chewing up a bunch of rocks while you're doing it. So here's a closer look at the nameplate. You can see here's the Pilgrim moniker, obviously the picture of the Pilgrim, and Blair Manufacturing Company, Springfield, Massachusetts. So my original plan was to sell this thing, but when I took a closer look, I never realized, even though I've owned this thing for a while, that it was made in Springfield. Now, Springfield, Massachusetts, even though I'm in Connecticut, is only about 20 miles away. But now that I've realized that the thing is made in Springfield, Massachusetts, and is somewhat of an antique, I think I'm going to hang on to it. I think I can find some room for it. So let's give this thing a try now. The grass that I have here isn't real high in the first place, and it's really not growing all that well here, so this isn't probably the best test in the world of this thing, but at least you get to see it in operation and kind of see how it works. I don't know how well this will work, but I'll try and bring you guys along for the next pass. Well, that'll pretty much do it for this old Pilgrim lawnmower from the Blair Manufacturing Company in Springfield, Massachusetts. I'll leave you guys with a few still images here as I end the video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to leave a comment or subscribe, feel free to do that as well. Thanks for watching.